Industrial cities, 19th to early 20th century. Level 7. Wages. You wake up in the age of clocks. This is one of the most emotionally important money revolutions because it reaches directly into your body.
Hi, I'm Max, an economics student at college. Alright, so I'm still taking the advice from my economics professor that the only way to actually master global finance is to apply imagination to logic. So, to me that means let go of the textbook obsession and start visualizing how money actually works. And I'm doing exactly that with these videos. Last time we left off at level 6, where old-fashioned London taught us that when a king and his merchants made a deal, money stopped being a just tool for trade and started running 24/7 power machines. But here's what my econ textbooks didn't actually tell me. The real power move wasn't just the bank itself. It was your own personal clock. Those guys didn't just take the money. They took your hours, your shift, your attendance, your time, and they are still doing it today. Okay, here's level 7. This is where money buys your labor, and it buys your nervous system. Let's see if I can pass my degree with a little help from YouTube.
Your time now has a rate. Not your harvest, not your flock, not your cargo, your hours, your shift, your attendance, your output. Money is now tied to labor in a far more regularized way. And for millions of people, that feels like stability. Predictable pay can do beautiful things. It lets households budget. It lets families plan. It lets workers imagine a future more orderly than the chaos of day-to-day bargaining. It creates routine. It creates structure. It creates the sense that disciplined repetition can turn into security. And in many cases, it does. But wage life comes with a new emotional architecture. If the work stops, the money stops. If the money stops, the fragility of the whole arrangement becomes visible almost instantly. You are no longer improvising value each day in a marketplace. You are plugging your life into payroll. That is efficient. That is modern. That is also intimate in a way people often underestimate. Because now the clock enters your nervous system. You begin organizing life around the next pay date. You calculate hours against rent. You measure time against food. You trade energy for money in a rhythm so regular it starts feeling natural, even though historically it is a massive cultural re-engineering. Your grandparents may have thought in terms of goods, seasons, and stores. You think in terms of wages, schedules, and monthly obligations. This changes identity. What do you do? What is your rate? How many hours? When is payday? Those questions become normal because the wage era teaches people to experience money as recurring access rather than accumulated stock. That can be empowering. It can also be trapping. A regular wage can lift you. It can keep you running. It can make life legible. It can also train entire populations to feel safe only when the system's timing continues uninterrupted. You also begin measuring your own worth through legibility. Am I employable? Am I punctual? Am I efficient? Can I survive the rhythm? Can I keep my body and mind aligned with the machine long enough to keep the money flowing? The industrial money era does not only change income, it changes self-perception. People start reading time morally.
So, the clock is inside you now. Being late is failure. Regularity is virtue. Superhuman endurance is obsessive. And if the work stops, everything stops. Next level, level 8, money learns to move faster than any human can think. And your spoiler. The wires don't just connect banks, they connect fortunes. And they can erase one in a heartbeat. 2 of my friends from college have subscribed, but my economics professor has still not subscribed, and he should give me extra credits towards my final for these vids. Maybe he might learn something himself from YouTube. Prof, if you're out there and watching, then smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. This one is for you.